Hello, one and all. Welcome to my first ever LEGO City review for the year of 2026. This is the full review of my whole entire LEGO City of Christon. Christon, Christon. It's come a long way, and today we're going to be going over the whole entire LEGO City in 2026. This is the LEGO City video of Christon. Starting off with how you arrive at my LEGO City. First, you arrive by train or by boat. We'll get over to the shoreline in just a minute to cover just it will be longer than just a minute, but we'll start off with how you get around Christon. First, you can arrive by train. You can arrive by passenger train at the nice central station. Of course, this is a LEGO kit from, I think, 2022 or 2023. Don't quote me on that. It's a beautiful LEGO City train station that I built. Added a piece of the old LEGO train station piece from, I believe, a pre-COVID set. Has a little clock, and on there you can see the arrival times and schedules. And of course, what makes Christon stand out from other LEGO cities is that it has its very own flags, as you can see all around, flying around. Of course, the flags represent green for life and gray meaning ashes. So the green and gray means life rising up from the ashes, and it's a really cool concept for a flag. Of course, Christon was once a town that eventually became a city over time. That's kind of the lore of my LEGO City. We'll get into all the other bits and pieces of it. Moving on along with our train theme to start off with, we have the train yard, like one section of track that isn't really attached to it. It doesn't really have any attachment here in the middle to attach it, but I can pick it up, move it around. It makes it look like there are 3 rows of track connected, but in reality it isn't connected, and it's just an optical illusion of the eye. Well, you can see right over here that it isn't connected, but it still kind of looks like an optical illusion. We have another, we have a freight train, we have a few other trains, custom-built freight trains. We have the Green Union right here, looking beautiful in the sunlight. The Green Union is a train that was built, LEGO train, built, I believe, post-COVID. Pre or post-COVID. Sometime around COVID. And I built these steam Union locomotives, which I've actually made a video on. You can check it out on First Master channel. Moving on to the Blue Union. The Blue Union is, of course, a marvelous looking locomotive. They are called box locomotives because it looks like a box, but they're just rectangular in shape. The Green Union has a lot more detail than the Blue Union, and I can always bring back the Red Union if you've seen that video. I can always bring back the Red Union. We have a control tower with a flag overhead. This control tower has 2 windows for my train workers to look front and back, as you can see, and behind it is the police station. We'll get to the police station soon. We have another tower, signal tower overhead, and we have more train workers over here and a lumber car. And I believe these things are called speeders, if my train knowledge serves me correct. And over here on the side towards the end of the Lego City is a military base for my weaponized speeders, troop transports, fighter craft, of course, the tri-winged fighters, and of course a winged bomber fighter. And the smaller things that look like TIE fighters, but they're not quite TIE fighters, these are called, if I can pick one up, these are called Die-Long fighters. Now, Die-Longs are two winged fighters that look like TIE fighters. However, the difference is TIE fighters have their wings out to the sides like bow ties. However, these wings are attached to the fighter. The wings are attached. However, the wings of TIE fighters are, of course, not attached to the mainframe. On, we have a little crane here. I believe it's for picking up derailed trains. And right now it's just sitting right there. Then we have the fire station besides the, of course, the train station. And then we have the dog park with a whole bunch of bicycles. And then we have of course, the fire station. The fire station is incredibly beautiful. It's, of course, a kit. I think it was around pre-COVID when I got this thing. It serves a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sight. And now moving on to other buildings, custom-made buildings, we have my very own DMV building next to the fresh grocery store with some apocalypse troopers, I'm calling them, even though the set said night troopers, but I renamed them to apocalypse troopers because they kind of look like they came right out of the apocalypse, so I decided to call them apocalypse troopers. Sounds a lot cooler. Moving on, we are moving towards the border to the northern lands. I'll talk about the northern lands in a minute. Of course, that's the border where the Lego City moves on into the northern lands, which I'll eventually talk about. Moving into other builds, we have the veterinarian building, which of course, if I can switch the camera around, the veterinarian building, very own veterinarian building, veterinarian vehicle, and of course Main Street running all the way down the city area, which I'll get to. Moving on, we have the zoo. I made a lot of zoo videos and I'm so happy to have the zoo finally pretty much complete for now. I don't really have much other room for other animal enclosures until I can move out and have like a bigger zoo. We have the zoo entrance, the admissions booth where you can get tickets, and of course we have the little critters house, if I can pop off the roof. We have snakes, frogs, all sorts of little creatures in there. Someday I plan on building a reptile house. We have the petting zoo. We have a place to grab food. Grab yourself a hamburger. Moving down, we have the monkey exhibit next to the gorilla exhibit. Behind that is, of course, the panda exhibit. And across from that is the rhino exhibit. I know the rhino exhibit is extremely small, but that's all I had room for a rhino. Moving on, we have the bear enclosure, the tiger enclosure, the crocodile enclosure, the lion enclosure, the alligator enclosure, the fox enclosure, the elephant enclosure, the otters share an enclosure next to a skunk, and the koalas with their very own eucalyptus tree, which I made. I plan on making future eucalyptus trees for for right now, I just only have one eucalyptus tree. Moving on, you have to climb up to see the giraffe exhibit, or you can see the giraffe exhibit from the ground, but pretty much you can climb up, see the giraffes, and then we have our axolotl exhibit next to the capybara exhibit, a hyena exhibit, and then a little storage area for the zoo. And then, of course, right now the zoo sits next to the Northern Lands, where I have a lot of my Minecraft themed stuff. The Northern Lands, of course, is just a story that I'm coming up with for Lego City. It's part of the Lego City that is north, and of course in the future the zoo won't sit so close to Northern Lands. The Northern Lands will be a place where, of course, Minecraft stuff and, of course, all sorts of stories I tend to make in the future. So hopefully I'll get around to expanding and building more of the Northern Lands, where miners can, of course, mine for miners with an ER, can, of course, mine for ores and resources. Moving on into the downtown area, we have the gas station. We actually have two gas stations, a gas station here and of course a gas station over here. We have a car wash with the Octane. Then across the street from that we have of course a museum. And of course I have some pterosaurs flying over because I don't really have that many flying creatures in my world, so why not resurrect some pterosaurs, just as long as they're not causing any problems. Of course, I have a prehistoric response unit to take care if they cause any troubles. Moving into the city area, we have Capitol building, bank. We have lots of banks. We have a residential building. Plan to make more banks in the future. A news building. Christon News Today. Beautiful downtown area with a hospital, a little Sith station with a lot of stormtrooper action. Lots of stormtroopers in the city. We have a place to eat, like a town hall place where you can catch up on politics, news briefings, all sorts of that. Lots of government stuff goes on in that, of course, brown building, and next to that, another train station. And right across from that, a tunnel. And one of my, of course, favorite builds of all, the inside of the museum, which I've made a video on. I did. The camera. And then we have the ice cream store, the coastal area, the beach. We have a police station, 3 floors, a garage, office space, and prison. Of course, a train yard with my freight train action. And yeah, that's the whole entire Lego City of Christon. Until next time, sign off.